many users, right? And it cannot support a lot of servers. It is just not powerful. Oracle is very powerful. And actually the most powerful RDBMS is DB2. Is it right? And DB2 is very expensive also. And only some big corporations have used DB2. So DB2 is very expensive. So Microsoft also has a small brother of Oracle called a SQL Server. That's a pretty powerful too. That's pretty powerful too. So many companies use that on top of Siebel. Sorry, under Siebel. Siebel runs on top of Oracle database, right? So they do use SQL Server and they use Siebel on top of it. So many companies do that too. Okay, but Access is Siebel is not even compatible with Access. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So it's pretty much like like car industry as we explained. I just want to call it again. Toyota Corolla, it also has an internal combustion engine and it also has seats and steering wheel and similar mechanisms. Ferrari also has the same. The price difference is huge. One is for 10,000, the other one is for $500,000. Right? Person like me and you can justify it and cannot justify it in a half an hour discussion. We'll come up with various ideas. But if you want to just come up with one idea why it is so expensive, really it's more powerful. That's it. It's more powerful, it has more features. Right? But then if you start getting into nitty-gritty, this feature does not seem to be warranting that much price. Probably will both include that it's just a facade. It's just a hoopla. Is it right? Similar thing in this software world also. These various products, they are really Access is for like you can get it for $1,000, and Oracle is for like $250,000. More than that? Much more than that. Yeah. So you might say it's hoopla. You might say yes, it does give you this thing. Personally thinking, I think it does give you some advantage.
But these so expensive.
Yeah. So to answer your question, do the companies utilize Oracle to the full potential? I would say in general, yes, they do. In case of Siebel, do they utilize to the full potential? I'll tell you what is the right. There is another way to think. That's your job. That is what your job is. BA says, don't buy this model of Siebel. It is a useless thing. Why do you want to use this thing? Why are you spending money on this? Buy 80 licenses. Why do you want to buy 19 licenses? That's the BA's role. Okay, that's what you guys do.
Your job is to show the company how to cut down their expense.
That's one of the things that you guys do. You know Siebel functionality very well. You know a lot about this car called as Ferrari, this expensive car. You say, why are you putting a spoiler? Why don't you put this $20 spoiler on it? Things like that. It will make it look good. It will make it more useful. Things like that. You'll be giving recommendations like this. Okay, making sense to you? Okay. So yes, it is one of the things. Oracle definitely is utilized a lot. I know that for sure. Oracle does provide it. The power is used. It is useful. If it is like 1 million records, I think SQL Server 1 million, 10, 20 million records, SQL Server will hang a lot. Right? And when your company's SQL Server hangs, let's say Walmart's Oracle database hangs, they lose $1 billion in one day. People will not come back next day. So they lose that $1 billion. Walmart can really spend a huge amount of money just to make sure they are 24/7. Right? These guys like Yahoo and Hotmail and eBay, Amazon is a 24/7 thing because Amazon Japan is there, Amazon Europe is there, Amazon India, Amazon US is there, Amazon Asia is there. So it is used round the clock. Is it right? Amazon ships to Japan right from here. So if their server is hanging for like 10 minutes, we are talking about tens of millions of dollars. Right? Easily, right?
Yeah.
Walmart is a perfect example. They are talking about a lot of money. Right? Right? We understood all this data. It is a column, right? We understand that. Contains a Siebel application generated identifier.
Siebel application generated identifier.
System generated identifier, right? In this case, right? That is unique. We understand that part. It is across all tables. That we did not do. We said in that particular table it is unique. We did that part. In that table it is unique.
No, it will be if there are two tables, so there will be two different unique IDs in column.
In general, it is not required. In general, it is not required. That's what I said, right? In general, it is not required. Do you remember that? Okay, let's see that. I've opened this professional table also, and I'm assigning the row IDs to that 1, 2, 3, which are similar to the account row IDs, right?
Okay.
Right. Okay. Then I go to the opportunity table, and I will be putting those here 1, 2,
same
similar thing. But they are in the separate columns. There is no conflict.
Oh.
There's no conflict, right? Right? Why Siebel does that? Okay, beyond my skill, but I can tell you one thing. Siebel does not keep it unique across all tables for sure. It is a wrong statement. It's a lie. Siebel does not keep it across all tables. I'll show you in a second. I have a thing too. I have a way to tell you. So I just let me take the liberty to say, rather than finding one such instance, I would rather say, just remember that it is not unique across all tables. There are some tables called as extension tables, and they are supposed to have as a rule the same row ID as the base table. Okay, so it's kind of not a good rule. And mobile users.
Yeah. I
don't know why is he saying that. I think let's ignore that for a while. Okay, is a means by which Siebel application maintain referential integrity. Database referential integrity constraints not used. Okay, let's try to understand what is referential integrity. Azim, you want to try? Or shall I just start explaining? Remember we discussed that instead of using account name, account name, if you use account name for referencing, then we cannot maintain referential integrity because account name can be appearing twice there.
Same,
We cannot use SSN for referencing. Even then we will be basically jeopardizing referential integrity, right?
Okay.
So we should be using this primary key.
Primary key, row ID.
Row ID. So that is what the referential integrity means, right? When you reference, the integrity has to be maintained. It should be referencing only one thing. Is it right? So it's saying that it's a means by which Siebel application maintain referential integrity. As we all know, in Siebel, if I want to reference in contact table something on account, I'll be putting the row ID here. Right? Will I be putting account name here?
No.
Will I be putting SSN here? No. Will I be putting primary key here? Right? Is managed by Siebel application must not be modified by users. Well, they cannot. First of all, they cannot usually. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Simple. Right? By the way, if you want to find the row ID of any record, let's say this record, Azim, then you go to help, say about record, and you can see the row ID. That is the row number. The way to do it is, you go to help, about record, you can see this thing, row number. This number will be same. You want to check it? You want to check it? Okay, so I'll just take the name, okay, and I'll go to this thing. Okay, 1-1 UCX, right? 1-1 UCX. Is it right? Is it same? Yes. So this row number is same, right? Making sense to you? Yeah. All right. So is manual separate must not be modified by users. We all understand that. Actually, they would not be having the capability to understand to do this thing.
Modified.
Yeah, modified. In Siebel, the GUI, the business component, everything is already made. They just do not provide that facility out of the box. Only a designer like us can expose that field and let people modify it, which obviously should not be done. So you should never make a design when it is a read-only field. In one of the applications that I have used, it is not a read-only field, it is an editable field, and they do edit it all the time and create problems for us. Duplicate readabilities do exist in one of my projects. Okay?
Because we don't know, maybe
that is existing 3-4 times. Okay, they do that all the time. Okay, sometimes they do make a mistake. The design was poor. Siebel ID was basically an editable field, and they edit it. That's what they do. They edit it. They change the things. They put some other field saying this will be okay. There is no deduplication on this field. If they enter the duplicate data, the application does not throw the error. That's why these things happen. Okay, so the designer did a very poor job basically, and I was not that guy. So don't worry.